When it comes to hanging baskets, I like to choose the biggest basket I can. Bigger baskets hold more plants. I put a saucer in the base to act as a reservoir to collect water before filling with a peat-free compost. Any multi-purpose peat-free compost is fine. I put a good layer of compost in the base. Just firm it down lightly with your fingertips. Get the level about right before you start planting. Then I mix in a generous handful of slow release fertilizer granules. These little granules will gradually dissolve over the summer to release food to keep the plant display going right the way through the summer months. Just mix that lightly into the compost with your fingertips. And now choose which plants you're going to grow. I like to have a back, a middle and a front to my hanging basket. So at the back here, I'm putting quite a tall, bold growing coleus or Solenostemum. This is one of the Kong series, beautiful variegated leaves on it. On either side of that, I'm going to put a white flowered pelargonium or a geranium. These summer flowering plants really keep the display of colour going throughout the months ahead. And I'm going to just gently make a little hole and drop the root ball of the pelargonium down into that, just firm lightly around with compost, adjusting the height of the plant as you go. Next, I'm putting in a pink flowered nemesia. This has got a really nice root ball of compost. Just make a hole with your hand just to settle that down. So at the level of the compost in the little pot that the nemesia came in is just below the rim of the liner of the basket there. And the final part of my combination is a bicoloured verbena. Beautiful little flower on this. And just settle these in round the front of the basket itself. Now you can be as generous as you want in baskets. You can cram in quite a lot of plants in them. But just be sensible and give your plants enough room to grow. I can just squeeze in another nemesia in here. So a little hole, a gap in the compost, and just squeeze that root ball in. And once you've got the levels of the plants about right, then it's time to just adjust them slightly just to get the levels right. And now fill in around with more compost. And you just want the top of the compost to be a little bit lower than the edge of the basket line here. Just fill in gently, tease the compost in between the plants, lightly firming it down with your fingers and mound it up in the middle as well. Just make sure that each of those root balls of plants is completely covered with compost, good firm contact with it as you push it down. And then my final job, once I've finished filling it around, is to water the compost well. And once that's done, I hang my baskets in my greenhouse for a few weeks so that they get well rooted and established before eventually hanging the basket outside in the garden to enjoy throughout the summer.